The message came on a Tuesday. Earth's deep space listening stations picked up the signal from somewhere near Alpha Centauri. It wasn't random noise or natural radiation. It had patterns. It had purpose. It was the first confirmed contact from an alien civilization. Olivia Dawson sat in the control room of North American Space Command as the message was decoded. She had worked her way up to captain faster than anyone expected. At 34, she commanded respect from officers twice her age. Her dark hair was pulled back in a tight bun, and her blue eyes watched the screens with intense focus. "What are they saying?" she asked. Dr. Miles, the head linguist, looked up from his computer. "They call themselves the Galactic Council of Sentient Species. They've been watching us for decades. Now they're finally saying hello." The room buzzed with excitement, but that feeling didn't last long. As more of the message was decoded, the mood changed. "They're telling us to stay in our solar system," Dr. Miles continued. "They say we need to be observed for 200 years before we can join their community. We can trade with them, but we can't build our own ships to travel to other stars." Olivia frowned. "That's not a greeting. That's a cage." 3 months passed. Earth governments established official contact with the Council. Alien merchant ships arrived at a new space station built near Mars. They'd brought amazing technology, but only what the Council approved. Nothing that would help humans travel beyond their solar system. Olivia now commanded Earth's most advanced ship, the Pathfinder *. It wasn't designed for travel to other stars, but it could reach the edge of the solar system faster than any previous vessel. She was in her quarters reviewing crew reports when her communications officer, Zoe Franklin, called over the intercom. "Captain, we're picking up something strange. A signal from beyond Pluto." "What kind of signal?" Olivia asked, already moving toward the bridge. "It's not from Earth or the Council. It sounds like a distress call." On the bridge, Zoe played the signal. The sound was strange, high-pitched whines, and clicks that no human could make. But the pattern was universal. 3 short bursts, 3 long, 3 short. The classic distress pattern used across human history. "Someone's in trouble out there," Olivia said. Her second-in-command, Lieutenant Jack Miller, shook his head. "The Council's rules say we can't go beyond Pluto." "They said we can't travel to other star systems," Olivia corrected him. "They didn't say anything about investigating a distress call in our own backyard." Jack knew that look in her eyes. "Command will never approve this mission." Olivia smiled. "Then we better make a convincing case." 2 days later, after heated debates with her superiors, the Pathfinder * launched toward the edge of the solar system. Olivia had assembled her best crew. Jack Miller handled navigation and piloting. His hands were steady even when everything else was chaos. Dr. Linda Gray was their xenobiologist. If they found aliens, she would handle first contact. Sam Rodriguez, a genius engineer who knew the ship's engines better than the people who built them. And Zoe Franklin, the youngest officer aboard at 26, whose ear for patterns had found the signal in the first place. The journey took 3 weeks. When they arrived, they found something no human had ever seen before. A damaged alien ship, twice the size of the Pathfinder *, drifting silently. "Life signs?" Olivia asked. Linda checked her scanner. "Several. Not human. Weak but stable." "Looks like they were attacked," Sam said, pointing to the massive holes torn in the ship's hull. "By who?" Jack wondered. Zoe looked up from her station. "Captain, I'm receiving a new transmission from inside the ship. They're using basic radio waves, I think. I think they're trying to talk to us." Olivia stood up, straightening her uniform. "Put it on screen." The image flickered, then stabilized. The alien had blue-gray skin and large oval eyes. It spoke, and the computer struggled to translate. "Humans, danger comes. The Crivari hunt us all. Please, help." Olivia didn't hesitate. "Prepare a boarding party. We're going to rescue the survivors." Jack raised an eyebrow. The Council never gave us permission to interact with unknown species. Good thing we didn't ask for permission then, Olivia replied. Let's make it happen. The alien ship's interior was dark. Emergency lights cast blue shadows across twisted metal. Olivia led the boarding party, with Linda and Sam close behind. They wore space suits with helmets that could filter alien air. Stay alert, Olivia said. They found the survivors in a sealed chamber. 5 aliens with blue-gray skin and large eyes watched the humans enter. One stepped forward. I am Talon, the alien said through a simple translation device. Thank you for answering our call. Few would be so brave. Linda introduced the human team. The aliens called themselves the Vorex. Their ship had been attacked 3 Earth days ago. Half the crew died in the attack. Who did this to you? Olivia asked. The Criveri, Talon replied. They hunt emerging species like yours and mine. Species the Council does not fully protect. Back on the Pathfinder the Vorex told their full story. The Galactic Council knew about the Criveri attacks, but did nothing. The Council was made up of old, established species who cared more about keeping their power than helping younger civilizations. Your quarantine is not just for observation, Talon explained. It is to keep humans controlled until you accept your place at the bottom of their hierarchy. How long have the Vorex been part of the Council? Linda asked. 300 years, Talon said, and still we are not allowed to visit most Council worlds without special permission. The oldest species have been in power for thousands of years. They never give up control willingly. Olivia frowned. And these Criveri, why do they attack ships like yours? They believe only the strongest should survive. They target species the Council does not fully defend, to prove the Council is weak. Our colony is only 3 light years from here. We were returning from a trading mission when they attacked. Olivia received new orders from Earth Command that night. Return immediately. Do not interfere. The Council must handle this situation. She gathered her crew in the ship's meeting room. Command wants us to take the Vorex to the Council station at Mars, and then go home. The Vorex need medical help now, Linda said. Half of them won't survive that long journey. Sam nodded. And their ship has technology we've never seen. If we could study it. That's not our mission, Jack interrupted. We were sent to investigate, not to get involved in alien politics. Zoe, who had been quiet, finally spoke. The distress call wasn't just sound. There were data packets embedded in it, star charts, colony locations, records of Criveri attacks. 17 colonies destroyed in the past Earth year alone. The Council documented each one but sent no help. Silence fell over the room. If we take them to Mars, what happens to them? Olivia asked. The Council takes them, Zoe answered, and all their information disappears. Olivia stood up. I'm going to talk to Talon. She found the Vorex leader in the medical bay. Your colony. How many people live there? Almost 8,000, Talon said. Families, children. And the Criveri might attack them next. It is only a matter of time. Olivia took a deep breath. What if we help you get back to your colony? What would you offer in exchange? Talon's large eyes widened. You would defy both your leaders and the Council. Answer the question. We have shield technology far beyond what your ships carry. It can protect against Criveri weapons. We would share this with you. Later, Olivia sent a message to Earth Command. Vorex condition requires immediate medical assistance at their colony. Proceeding under emergency protocols. Will return after delivery. She didn't wait for a reply. Sam spent the next days working with the Vorex engineers. They were surprised at how quickly he understood their technology. You improve on our designs, one Vorex engineer said, watching Sam modify their shield generators. Sam shrugged. We humans have a knack for improvisation. The modified shields were 30% more efficient than the original Vorex design. For the first time, Talon looked hopeful. Perhaps there is something to this human approach after all, he said to Olivia. Not asking permission, just making it happen. The Pathfinder pushed its engines beyond their limits. They had broken the rules. There was no going back now. The Vorax colony came into view as a small blue-green moon orbiting a gas giant. Jack guided the Pathfinder into orbit, his fingers dancing over the controls with practiced ease. We've got company, Zoe said, pointing to her screen. A ship already in orbit, much bigger than ours. Talon looked worried. That is a Council diplomatic vessel. The Ardani markings mean a high-level representative is aboard. Are they friends or enemies? Olivia asked. Neither, Talon replied. The Ardani are one of the oldest Council species. They see themselves as above such simple ideas. They believe they know what is best for everyone. The Council ship hailed them immediately. On screen appeared a tall, thin alien with pale gold skin and 4 arms. He wore elaborate robes with symbols of office. I am Joltarn, senior representative of the Galactic Council, the alien said. His voice was cold. Your presence here is a violation of Council directives. Humans are forbidden from interstellar travel. Olivia stepped forward. We responded to a distress call and provided emergency aid to the Vorax survivors. That is not your place, Joltarn said. The Vorax are under Council protection. You will transfer them to our custody immediately and return to your solar system. Your government has already been informed of your violations. Linda Gray moved to stand beside Olivia. During the journey, she had studied the Council's legal archives that the Vorax had shared. With respect, Representative, Linda said, according to Council Charter, Article 17.3, the preservation of life supersedes administrative protocols. We acted within those guidelines. Joltarn's yellow eyes widened slightly. You are not authorized to access Council legal archives. The information was freely shared by the Vorax, Linda replied. And there are dozens of precedents where emergency aid trumped regulatory restrictions. The Narthan incident of Standard Year 4356. The Zrel evacuation. The third relief of Pontar. We didn't ask permission because people were dying, Olivia added, just as your own laws allow. Joltarn was silent for a long moment. The humans had found a loophole he couldn't easily dismiss. Very well, he finally said. The survivors may return to their colony, but you are ordered to return to Earth immediately. No further exceptions will be tolerated. The transmission ended. How did you know those legal cases? Talon asked Linda, amazed. I read quickly, she said with a small smile. And I have a good memory. The Vorax were welcomed home with joy and relief. Their colony was a beautiful place, with buildings that curved like seashells and gardens growing in spirals. The colonists treated the humans as heroes, despite the Council representative watching from a distance with clear disapproval. Before leaving, Olivia had one more meeting with Talon in a quiet garden away from prying eyes. The Council will increase patrols here temporarily, Talon said. But once you leave, their interest will fade. They do only what looks good, not what is needed. The Crivari will return, Olivia asked. Eventually. And next time, we may not be so fortunate to have humans nearby. Zoe joined them, carrying a small device. This is for you, she told Talon. I've established a communications protocol that can bypass Council monitoring systems. We can stay in touch without them knowing. Talon took the device carefully. This is against Council regulations. Zoe smiled. We don't ask for permission, remember. On the journey back to Earth, the crew was quiet. They knew trouble waited for them at home. Breaking rules, even for good reasons, had consequences. Do you think we'll be court-martialed? Jack asked Olivia as they approached Mars. Probably, she replied. But sometimes you have to do what's right, not what's allowed. A message from Earth Command was waiting for them. Return to Earth immediately for disciplinary review. A second, encrypted message followed. Well done. The shield technology is invaluable. Prepare for public reprimand and private commendation. Olivia smiled. Maybe humans on Earth were learning to bend the rules too. After all, in space, asking permission often meant missing opportunities, and humans were never good at waiting for someone else's approval. 6 months passed since the Pathfinder returned to Earth. Just as Olivia predicted, her crew faced a public hearing where they were officially reprimanded for exceeding their mission parameters. But behind closed doors, Earth's leaders shook their hands and thanked them for the Vorex shield technology. The shields had been quickly adapted to Earth's defense satellites. Engineers worked day and night to understand and improve the alien technology. Sam led one of these teams, pushing the limits of what the shields could do. Olivia's crew stayed together, running training missions in the outer solar system. They were heroes to many on Earth, even if no one could say it openly. The Council watched them closely now. On a quiet evening, Jack visited Olivia in her office at Space Command Headquarters. He closed the door behind him. "I found something," he said, keeping his voice low. "The Vorex aren't the only ones unhappy with the Council." He placed a data pad on her desk. It showed a message received through Zoe's secret communication channel. "There's an underground network," Jack explained. "Younger spacefaring species who call themselves the Free Exchange. They share technology and information without Council approval." Olivia studied the message. "How many species are part of this network?" "At least 7 that we know of. Each one told by the Council to wait their turn, to stay in their place. And now they want us to join them." Jack nodded. "They'd heard about us. Humans who don't ask for permission." The next day, Olivia gathered her crew. Sam arrived last, looking tired but excited. "I've made a breakthrough with the Vorex shields," he announced. "They don't just block energy. They can bend it, redirect it. With some modifications, we could use this technology for something completely different." "Like what?" Linda asked. Sam smiled. "A new kind of drive. One that bends space itself, faster than light travel that would be undetectable to standard Council sensors." The room went silent. FTL travel was the one technology the Council most strictly controlled. "That would change everything," Zoe said finally. "It would also break about a dozen Council laws," Linda pointed out. Before anyone could respond, an alarm sounded. All their communication devices lit up with an emergency alert. Olivia's direct line to command buzzed. "Captain Dawson," said General Harris, his face grave on the screen. "We've detected ships near Neptune. Not Council merchants. These move differently, more aggressive." "Crivari?" Olivia asked, feeling a chill. "We think so. First scouting party, probably looking for weaknesses. The Council has been informed, but their nearest patrol is 3 days away. The Pathfinder can be ready in 6 hours," Olivia said. The General nodded. "Do it. And Captain, there's something else. The Security Council met this morning. They've authorized you to establish formal contact with this free exchange network. We need options the Council isn't giving us." After the call ended, Olivia turned to her crew. "Looks like we're about to break more rules." "What about the Council's restrictions on technology sharing?" Linda asked. Olivia smiled. "The Council said we needed permission to leave our solar system. They never said anything about inviting others in." 2 days later, the Pathfinder chased off the Crivari scouts with their enhanced shields. The alien ships retreated, but everyone knew they would return with a larger force. Back on Earth, Sam's team worked around the clock to finish the prototype Shadow Drive, based on the shield technology. Meanwhile, Zoe sent messages to every free exchange contact, inviting them to a secret meeting in the asteroid belt. "The Council will be furious if they find out," Jack said as they prepared the Pathfinder for its next mission. "Then we better not let them find out," Olivia replied. "Besides, asking the Council for help clearly isn't working. It's time for the human approach. Make it happen first. Deal with the consequences later," Jack asked with a smile. Exactly. Olivia looked out at the stars through the view screen. The galaxy isn't ready for how humans do things, but they're about to learn. The Pathfinder was no longer just a ship. It was a statement. With Sam's experimental shadow drive installed, it could now travel faster than light without being detected by Council sensors. The ship looked the same from the outside, but inside, it hummed with new power. All systems are green, Sam reported from engineering. The drive is stable. Olivia sat in the captain's chair, feeling the subtle vibration through the deck. Set course for the Tellarite system. Let's see what this thing can do. Jack's hands moved across the navigation controls. Course laid in. Shadow drive engaging in 3, 2, 1. The stars outside the view screen blurred, then stretched like pulled taffy before returning to normal. The journey that should have taken months was over in minutes. "We're here," Jack said, his voice filled with wonder. It worked. Alarms blared almost immediately. "We have company," Zoe called out. "Tellarite defense ships approaching." "They weren't expecting us." "Open a channel," Olivia ordered. The Tellarites were short, stocky aliens with ridged foreheads. Their captain appeared shocked on the view screen. "Human vessel. How did you reach our system?" "No Council travel authorization was received." "We're here to speak with the free exchange representatives," Olivia said calmly. "We have technology to share." A long silence followed. Finally, the Tellarite captain spoke again. "Follow our escort to the outer moon base, and prepare to explain yourselves." The meeting on the moon base was tense. Representatives from 3 species sat around a table, eyeing the humans with suspicion. The Tellarites were joined by the insectoid Nyxvera and the aquatic Melosians, who floated in special water tanks. "Your arrival was unexpected," said the Tellarite leader, Grex. "How did you find us?" "We have friends among the Vorex," Olivia explained. "They told us about the free exchange." "And this ship of yours," Grex continued. "It appeared without warning. No Council ship can do that." Sam stepped forward. "That's why we're here. We've developed a drive system based on modified Vorex shield technology. It bends space in a way that makes it undetectable to Council sensors." The aliens whispered among themselves. The Nyxvera representative clicked her mandibles excitedly. "You offer to share this technology?" she asked. "Why?" "We need allies," Linda explained. "The Kriveri have scouted our system. They'll return with more ships. The Council has failed to protect many worlds from the Kriveri," Olivia added. "We don't plan to be the next victims. Sharing drive technology violates Council law." The Melosian gurgled through a translator. "The penalties are severe." "Every species here was told to wait their turn," Linda said. "To follow the rules. How has that worked out for any of you?" The room went quiet. "They've convinced us all that we need permission to innovate together," Linda continued. "But advancement doesn't come from waiting for approval. It comes from daring to try." "What do you propose?" Grex asked. "An exchange," Olivia said. "Our drive technology for your unique innovations. Together, we build something the Council and the Kriveri can't ignore." "A dangerous proposition," the Melosian noted. "More dangerous than waiting for the Kriveri to find you?" Jack asked. One by one, the species began to nod. The Tellarites would share their advanced material science. The Nyxvera offered their biological computing systems. The Melosians promised their gravitic manipulation technology. Later, as the Pathfinder prepared to leave for its next destination, Zoe approached Olivia with an interesting discovery. "Many of these species have legends," she said, "stories about civilizations they call permission seekers, worlds that followed all the Council's rules and eventually died out." "Let me guess," Olivia said. "The Council called it natural selection." Zoe nodded. "The strong species acted. The weak ones asked for permission. Then we know which one humans will be," Olivia said, looking at the star map showing their next 4 destinations. The Pathfinder visited each world in the free exchange network, appearing suddenly in their skies like magic. At each stop, the aliens were first frightened, then amazed, then eager to join the Alliance. Sam's shadow drive was the key that unlocked doors the Council had tried to keep closed for centuries. "We're changing the balance of power," Linda observed after their 5th successful meeting. "Good," Olivia replied. It needed changing. The warning came in the middle of Earth's night. Taln's voice crackled through the secure channel Zoe had created months ago. "The Crivari have launched a full attack on our colony," the Vorex said, his voice tight with fear. "There are too many ships. Our defenses won't hold." Olivia was pulled from sleep by the emergency alert. She rushed to the command center where General Harris and other military leaders were already gathered. "The Council has been informed," the general said. "They're sending ships, but only a small force, not enough to save the colony." "Why not more?" Olivia demanded. An admiral shook his head. The Council representative said they won't risk a larger conflict with the Crivari. They called it an unfortunate but contained incident. "They're sacrificing the colony," Olivia realized. The room fell silent. Then the general spoke. "The Security Council has made its decision. We cannot risk Earth by intervening in a conflict so far from our system. The Pathfinder is ordered to remain in orbit." Olivia left the meeting with a heavy heart. She found her crew waiting in their ready room aboard the Pathfinder *. "The Vorex colony is under attack," she told them. "The Council is leaving them to die, and we've been ordered to stay here." "That's not right," Linda said quietly. "Those people helped us." "What are our orders exactly?" Jack asked. "To remain in Earth orbit," Olivia replied. Sam looked up from the engineering panel he'd been studying. "That's not the same as an order not to go." Olivia smiled slowly. "No, it's not." "What are you thinking, Captain?" Zoe asked. "I'm thinking that sometimes forgiveness is easier than permission." Olivia looked at each of her crew members. "This isn't an order, it's a choice. If we go, we're disobeying direct commands. There will be consequences." One by one, they nodded. No one hesitated. "Set course for the Vorex colony," Olivia ordered. "Maximum speed." As the Pathfinder broke orbit, Olivia sent a simple message back to Earth. Sometimes forgiveness is easier than permission. The shadow drive took them to the Vorex system in minutes. The scene that greeted them was chaos. Dozens of Crivari ships swarmed around the small moon colony. Buildings burned. The few defending ships were being picked off one by one. A small council force hung back, firing only when directly attacked. "The colony's shields are failing," Zoe reported. "Where are the weak points in the Crivari formation?" Olivia asked. Jack studied the tactical display. "They're not expecting anyone to attack from behind. They've left their rear undefended. Then that's where we hit first." "Sam, divert all power to weapons and shields." "Already done," Sam replied. The Pathfinder shot through space, its shadow drive allowing it to appear and disappear around the battlefield. The Crivari ships couldn't track it. Jack's piloting skills made the ship dance between enemy vessels, firing and vanishing before they could respond. The Council ships, seeing this new tactic, began to follow the Pathfinder's lead. Together, they drove the Crivari back from the colony's main dome. "The ship's systems are overheating," Sam warned. The shadow drive wasn't designed for these maneuvers. Smoke filled engineering as circuits burned out. Sam worked frantically, bypassing damaged systems and rerouting power. His hands moved so fast they blurred, connecting wires and replacing components without even looking at the manual. "That's impossible," a Council engineer said, watching the repair feed from their ship. "No one can reconfigure a power grid that quickly." "Human engineers can," Sam replied with a grim smile. The Crivari, unaccustomed to resistance, began to retreat. Their formation broke apart as more ships turned to flee. In the aftermath, as emergency teams rushed to help the colony, Council Representative Joel Tarn confronted Olivia on the command deck. "You've violated over 30 Council directives," he said coldly. "You've shared restricted technologies. You've interfered in a sanctioned military action." "Yes," Olivia replied simply. "And we saved thousands of lives while your council was writing strongly worded condemnations." Before Joel Tarn could respond, his communication device chimed. His yellow face paled as he listened to the message. "The Creveri are regrouping," he said, his voice suddenly less certain. "They're calling in reinforcements from nearby systems. This was just their first wave." "How many ships?" Olivia asked. "Hundreds," Joel Tarn whispered. "They mean to destroy not just this colony, but all nearby free exchange worlds, including Earth." 3 days later, Olivia stood before the Galactic Council. The ancient space station called Nexus Prime was filled with representatives from 100 worlds. The council elders sat on raised platforms, looking down at her with cold eyes. She had come uninvited. When the Pathfinder appeared suddenly in the heart of council space, security ships had nearly fired on them. But Olivia wasn't alone. Ships from every free exchange species have followed her lead, appearing one after another, until the council had no choice but to call an emergency session. "Your species was meant to wait centuries before joining galactic society," an elder said dismissively. "You have broken our most sacred laws." "If we waited for your permission," Linda replied, "there might not be a galactic society left to join." Olivia stepped forward. "The Creveri fleet will attack within days. Not just the Vorex colony, but all free exchange worlds, including Earth." "This is regrettable," another elder said, "but intervention would risk a full-scale war. We must maintain galactic stability, even if it means sacrificing billions of lives." Sam asked. The council chambers erupted in argument. Some younger species sided with the humans, while the oldest members called for order. Joel Tarn, surprisingly, spoke in their defense. "These humans are reckless and disrespectful, but they have shown courage where we have shown only caution." As the debate continued, Zoe's communication device lit up. Her face went pale as she read the message. "It's too late," she said. "The Creveri have launched their attack. They've reached the outer colonies already." The council chamber erupted in panic. Many representatives rushed to contact their homeworlds. Olivia climbed onto a table and shouted over the noise. "You can continue debating while worlds burn, or you can follow us. We're going to fight." She turned and walked out of the chamber. Her crew followed without hesitation. To everyone's surprise, many younger council species broke ranks to join them. "What's your plan?" asked a Tellarite captain as they rushed to their ships. "We've combined all our shared technologies," Olivia explained. "Sam's shadow drive can be mass-produced now, thanks to Nixvera biological circuits and Tellaric materials." Over the next 24 hours, ships from a dozen worlds were fitted with the new technology. Jack developed tactical maneuvers that used the various species' ships in ways that complemented each other. Linda coordinated between the different biologies and needs of alien crews. Zoe created a unified communication system that worked across all their technologies. When they reached the battlefield, the Creveri were unprepared for what they faced. Ships appeared and disappeared all around them. The free exchange fleet struck from impossible angles, their weapons enhanced by combined technologies. The Creveri, expecting easy victories against isolated worlds, found themselves outmaneuvered at every turn. Their formation broke apart. Their command ships lost contact with each other. After 6 hours of fighting, the remaining Creveri ships fled into deep space. In the aftermath, as the victorious fleet returned to Nexus Prime, the Council could no longer ignore what had happened. Humanity was granted full interstellar privileges, centuries ahead of schedule. The rigid hierarchy began to give way to a more collaborative approach. Perhaps, Joel Tarn admitted to Olivia in a private conversation, "There is something to be said for your human approach. You don't just break rules, you make new ones." Olivia smiled. We humans have a saying, it's easier to ask forgiveness than permission. But the truth is, we're not asking for either. We're just doing what needs to be done. As the Pathfinder prepared for the journey home, messages flooded in from countless worlds. They all said the same thing. Thank you for not waiting for permission. Back on Earth, crowds cheered as the crew stepped off their ship. They had left as rule breakers. They returned as heroes. What happens now? Jack asked as they stood before the cheering crowd. Now, Olivia said, looking up at the stars, we show the galaxy what humans can really do when no one stands in our way. The story of the Pathfinder spread throughout the galaxy. On 1,000 worlds, people looked to the stars with new eyes. They had learned an important lesson from humanity. Sometimes making it happen is better than asking for permission.